So welcome back to the Wistl Family Adventure channel. If you've clicked on this video because of the title and you've also noticed that our intro isn't the same as we normally do, then just know that this really wasn't the sort of video we thought we were going to make at this point in our journey.
But this isn't a clickbait video or a false or just trying to get views. This is our raw and honest thoughts and feelings that we have been feeling over the last few weeks.
Yes, and over the last few weeks we have had to make some quite difficult decisions, and we thought that it was extremely respectful to keep you guys in the loop because you guys have been with us since day one of being here in the Philippines. And that is that we unfortunately have had to make the decision, the very hard decision, to leave the Philippines and return to the UK.
So when we first got here, we didn't have a solid plan on how, and when we came here, we had around two to 4 weeks planned out. And even those 4 weeks changed drastically.
Yes.
After we visited Baguio, we decided that we can
have a break here in Makati.
And we've now ended up being in Makati for around
we never left.
And we love it a lot.
We do. Yeah, the plan was to actually move on to Palawan, which was an island that we really wanted the chance to be able to see. But we noticed quite quickly that it is not as simple as we thought it would be to travel around quickly, especially with 3 children. It is exhausting, and we decided to settle in a base quite quickly and then work out things from there. And now we're at this point in our decision. It was definitely a lot quicker coming round than what we expected. I don't think we really expected this, and we definitely wanted to at least be here for a year. The plan was to try and do a year, and then after that review where we're at, i.e. do we want to go somewhere else? Do we want to go home? Can we see ourselves being here for a little bit longer, or do we absolutely just want to stay here no matter what? And those sorts of things have to go through your mind when you're in a country that you've never been to before, in the part of the world you've never been to before either. And those things are always on our minds. Like, we love the Philippines and we love so many things about it, but when it comes to livability and could we see ourselves being here long term, those sorts of things take a lot longer to think about and realize, I think.
So we funded this trip by our own savings.
Yes.
We aren't currently employed.
No.
When we were looking to come traveling, we were looking at online remote jobs, but as much as a lot of videographers or people online show and say that it's easy to
oh my god, it is not easy.
It's not as easy.
You really have to have qualifications and knowledge and experience, and those are just things. We are from very practical backgrounds. We are from very hard working, hands-on jobs. We've never had like computer jobs or technology jobs. Even YouTube has been a massive learning curve for us. We used YouTube mainly to document and also show people that you can do this sort of thing even if you are a large family. That is like the primary core of our channel, is that to show people that you can change your life or do something that scares you,
and
even if
adventure.
And finding adventure even with children, because we were told as parents, especially very young parents, I had Harry at a very young age, that your life is over. You're never going to travel, you're never going to get those years back, you're never going to have that gap year, you're never going to have those moments with your friends because you are a very young mum, and it's just never going to happen for you. Speed over to 3 kids later, it would obviously be even more impossible, but we worked extremely hard to be able to have this opportunity. If you would have seen us 5 years ago, I don't think we would ever have thought that we would even ever be able to travel anywhere in the world, let alone in the Philippines, which was one of our dream locations for quite a few years. So we are extremely grateful that we even got to do this in the first place. So YouTube really was just to be able to show people, because we did start our channel like 2.5 years ago prior to being here in the Philippines, that you can do things, you can be a family and have adventures.
We never thought we'd have a huge amount of viewers on our videos. Obviously you see some big channels.
People do blow up in the Philippines, we're not going to beat around the bush. They do.
But we never thought we would be one of them.
I don't think anybody ever thinks they're going to be one of them, but I think we knew that it could probably potentially happen as well, because, you know, we're not going to be stupid and act like, oh, we didn't know that people come to the Philippines to get views. We understand that that happens for some cases, but The Philippines was a dream destination for us, and it was something that we wanted to try out for ourselves. We wanted to be brave, we wanted to jump in at the deep end and just try something, and YouTube was just attached to it as well. And it turns out that we did do quite well. It just turns out that it wasn't well enough to keep us here even longer. So we have a cap of how much are we going to go into our savings, and we decided to stop at a certain number, and that number has come around a little bit quicker than we realized, and we've just made the decision to be safe and be smart and go home and start replenishing.
I think it's important to put out there that when it comes to travel, it is quite expensive.
It's so expensive. And even in the Philippines, it's very expensive to do all the things that you guys are always recommending, which we see and we get so sad, because sometimes it's really not that easy to do everything like all at once.
And I think this journey would have been cut very short
if we did do it that way.
And actually, I think we changed it from travel to living.
Yes.
Quite quickly, and I think it's been the best decision around, because not only have we managed to spread our adventure out longer, but we've
really
found
immersed ourselves.
Yeah, culture and friends and all the experiences we would not have experienced if we just kept on jumping on to the next thing after the next thing.
There are also some other reasons as to why we've had to make this decision, but those reasons we are not going to be disclosing on our channel. But the one that we can disclose is that partly it is to do with resources and money. Some people just can't do it forever, and the people that can are very, very wealthy. I will tell you that. If you ever want to start a channel to do with either travel or living somewhere in a different country, it can get very expensive. No matter what, really, especially for 5 people. Just a disclaimer though, I know there's going to be a lot of you that is going to tell us how we've done things, we shouldn't have done things like that, and why didn't we do this? Such as, why haven't we been in the provinces? Why didn't we live somewhere that wasn't Makati? Why didn't we see more places? Why have we only been in Luzon? And just to quickly say, we really appreciate the journey and the adventures that we did have, and I don't want to come away from the Philippines thinking we could have done something else, we could have done better. We love Makati, we loved staying here, and we really enjoyed what we did get to do in the end.
We've had some amazing experiences, from Batangas to Baguio,
to Gay
to Alaminos,
and even some things that have happened here in Makati have been amazing. So please don't come at us and say we should have gone to the provinces, we should have gone to all these other places, we should have done more, we should have, shopped in Palenque markets. We know, but at the same time, this was already a culture shock, and I think
we balanced it nice instead of pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone, also keeping it where we feel comfortable as well.
I think if we were to have gone straight in at like that level of simple living and rural living, I don't think we would have stayed here as long. I think it would have been really difficult, and a lot of you guys suggested staying in cities for that reason, and I think that is also the key to longevity here, is just to ease in slowly, get used to a lot of things. We still find things are difficult because we're just not used to them yet, and it takes a good solid, I would say even 2 years for any expat or traveler to really get used to a place completely. So I know there are going to be a few of you going to be straight on that keyboard saying why didn't we do these things, but please try and hold off from doing that, because this is our own journey and we made our own choices, and we're super proud of where we've come and how many experiences we got to share, not only with you guys, but things that we get to look back at as well.
And I would say this is not the end of our adventure.
Firstly, we have got some more Philippines vlogs coming up, and they will be some really super fun ones. We are going to make the most of our last few days here in the Philippines, and they are going to be pretty cool. Secondly, when we do get back to the UK, it is not just all going to end, and we are not going to be disappearing anywhere. We do know some of you may not stick around for us once we move back to the UK, and that's absolutely fine. We totally understand that, and we get that we will probably get quite a big drop off, but that's not, we don't want that to dictate our lives, the views and the money and YouTube. It's not as important as just everybody being on the same page.
Who have larger families to push themselves.
And we want to continue to, because the Philippines has taught us resilience and patience and happiness with what we have. And we definitely want to go home in the UK and teach people those sorts of lessons and show people that you can do an adventure, big or small. You can go to the Philippines for a year, or you can go outside and just do something where you live right then and there. And that is what we are going to continue to do. And hopefully we will be able to come back here in the Philippines in the future, or do some other travel videos as well. Kev is already planning our next trip here. But we need to go back, replenish, recuperate. We need some things. Yeah, we need some things that we don't get here, which again, I won't be going into detail about that, but we just have had to make this decision for various reasons. And it was really hard. Booking the plane tickets was really hard.
I struggled. I put it off
This
for days.
whole thing has been really hard. Please don't think that we haven't been speaking about this for weeks and weeks and weeks, because with YouTube, if you didn't know, it is very up and down, and we have had quite a few down weeks and we have had some up weeks. It is never a straight line, and it's never a straight line up. You can be everybody's favorite people one day and nobody is interested the next day. And I think it's just difficult to live like that, quite honestly. And I think we needed to just go through things every month with each other, and we had an idea in our head of where the stopping point would have to be, and we've just reached that end, I'm afraid. We really didn't want to. We really wanted to hopefully do quite a bit more and see a bit more and spend more time here, but we are really confident and happy with our decision, and we hope that you guys understand. And please be kind in the comments. We understand that this may anger some of you and really upset a lot of you, and I know a lot of you think that Westerners come here, take all the views and leave. Just know that getting views isn't that easy, and especially when we go to the UK, we know that it's going to be even harder, but it isn't something that we are...
That's not the focus on the channel.
No, not at all. We just want to inspire people, and if we do, we do. If we make money, we make money. If we don't, we don't. But we just have to go back now and start again and have a new adventure, which it will be. It will be another really big adventure, and hopefully if some of you do stick around, you can really keep up with our journey back home. We are hopefully going to be doing a Q&A as well, so if you do have any burning questions about why we're leaving the Philippines, or
our adventures so far,
or our adventures to come, then please do leave those ones down below. Just note that if they are extremely personal, we may not be as open to answering them, but obviously just keep them nice. Please keep kind, and we will see you in the next one. There will be a next one, don't worry. So I hope you guys really understand, and we just wanted to pay respects to you out of everybody, because you are the guys that watch us, and we have loved interacting with you and talking to you in the comments for the last few weeks. It's been fantastic, and we will never ever forget this, ever. But yes, there will be a Q&A hopefully coming up in the next few weeks, so get those questions in. And we are genuinely heartbroken. Please don't think that there is nobody out here devastated more about this decision than we are. We really are devastated. It was very difficult for us to do this, and this is probably going to be the hardest video we're going to have to make as well, because we just feel like we're going to be letting down quite a few of you, and we hope that we don't. But just things change. Somebody has a plan out there for us, and staying out here wasn't it. So we are excited for the next adventure, but we are also really sad that we've had to let this go, because we have made some real lifelong friends here. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Salamat po. Bye guys.